Enterprise Digital Transformation. Detailed breakdown in 3 levels. Part 4.2.5. Change Management in Practice. Communication as a project. Communication isn't just an email from the CEO at the start of the program. It's a project in itself, with a defined strategy, timeline, channels, and target audiences. For every change initiative, the following question must be answered. Who is impacted? What changes for each group? What fears and resistances are expected? How and when does each group receive the communication? Who are the most effective messengers for each group? The adoption curve and how to work with it. In any organizational change, people are distributed along a curve. Enthusiasts, 2 to 5%, embrace any new trend. They are valuable allies, but do not represent the majority. Early adopters, 10 to 15%, need little convincing. They are the best ambassadors for change. Majority, 60 to 70%, adopt when they see evidence that it works and when the cost of not changing outweighs the cost of changing. Resistors, 15 to 20%, need an individual approach. Some convert over time, others never convert. The change strategy needs to be different for each group. Spending energy trying to convince those who resist before consolidating the majority is a classic mistake. Training that works. Digital transformation training fails when it's a one-day course before the system goes into production. What works is just-in-time training, close to the moment of use, not months before. Practice in a simulation environment before using in production. Support available in the first days of real use. Go-live support. Quick reference material for the most common situations. Local champions people from the team trained to support their colleagues. Level 3 Operational View. 3.1. The first 90 days in practice week by week. The first 90 days of a digital transformation determine whether the program will gain traction or die before it even begins. Each week has a clear purpose. Weeks 1 and 2. Immersion and alignment. The CDO doesn't give presentations in the first 2 weeks. They listen. They schedule conversations with the CEO, each member of the C-level, some middle managers, and operators of critical processes. The goal is to understand each person's vision, fears, expectations, latent conflicts, and where the positive energies that can be mobilized lie. This phase also defines the governance model. Who sponsors, who decides, how decisions will be made, what the available budget is, and what level of urgency the leadership truly feels, because declared urgency and real urgency are often very different things. Weeks 3 to 6. Field diagnosis. The structured diagnostic work begins. The process and technology teams go into the field simultaneously. In the process area, mapping of the 10 to 15 most critical business processes, identification of the biggest sources of rework, waiting time, and errors. Quantification of the cost of these inefficiencies, in hours, in errors, in financial cost when possible. In the technology sector, complete inventory of systems, contracts, and infrastructure, mapping of existing integrations, automatic and manual, assessment of security and compliance status, identification of immediate technical risks, unsupported systems, single points of failure, etc. In front of the data. Where is the critical business data located? What is the level of reliability and consistency? How many different versions of the same data exist? Who consumes the data and how? In front of people. Application of digital maturity assessment by area. Identification of potential champions. Mapping of resistance centers and their motivators.